Hey there, welcome back to Badass List Building. We're still in Module 1, List Building Basics, and here in Lesson 4, we're talking about the list building process. In other words, we're going to take kind of a 30,000 foot view about what the process is going to look like to get people onto your list so that you understand what you're trying to do. The truth bomb here is that people won't join your list unless you give them a reason to. List building is about giving them that reason. In other words, you will see some people, if you go to some websites, it'll have just a join my list or something like that. I'm simply going to tell you, you can have those generic opt-in forms on your website, but they're going to do very little good. People are not walking around going to your website and saying, oh, let me just join this person's email list. That's not the way it works. You have to have an incentive, a reason for them to join. So you build your email list by giving something of value away for free in exchange for an email address. In other words, you're going to give them something and they're going to give you their email address so you can deliver it. That's how you get it. And the agreement is, hey, I'm going to give you this thing if you join my email list. That's what you're doing. That's the process. Now, the journey looks something like this. A potential customer hears about your freebie, this free thing you're giving away. They go to a dedicated page to get it from you, and then they enter their email address on that page. That's the process. Once that happens, you can give them their free thing, and then they will be on your list, because when they fill out the form to get the freebie, they're also joining your email list. That's the process in a nutshell that we're going to be doing. Let's talk quickly about what you're going to need in place, like the different pieces to the puzzle. One thing you will need is an email service provider. This is the software that houses your email list and from which you send your emails. You will not run your email marketing from like your personal inbox. That's not the way it works. There's a lot of reasons you don't want to do that, including legal restrictions about things you have to give people the right to unsubscribe, etc. But also, if you start sending hundreds of emails or emails to hundreds of people or thousands of people from your personal inbox, you're going to have some real problems. So you're going to get an email service provider, sometimes called an ESP, that's actually going to handle all of your email marketing. We'll talk in a second about our preferred ones, our recommendation, but you have to have an outside email service provider. Now, you're also going to need something called a lead magnet. This is the freebie. It's the free thing you give people as an incentive to join your list. Sometimes you'll hear it called lead magnet, other times freebie. Those are interchangeable terms. It's just, what is it that they're going to get for free when they join your list that is the incentive for them to join? And then the last thing you're going to need is an opt-in page. This is a page where people sign up for your list, and then it's also where they go. I mean, what they're saying is, hey, I want to get this lead magnet. Now, what I want you to understand is you can have ways on the homepage of your website, all the different pages on your site, you can have opt-in forms where people can say, yes, I want your lead magnet, give it to me. Those are not going to perform well. You're going to have a separate page, a standalone opt-in page that is all about, hey, you want this freebie, it's great. Give me your info and I'm going to give it to you. And we're going to talk about how to build that in this course. But those are kind of the pieces, the essential pieces to building your list. Now let's talk quickly about your email service provider. We recommend ConvertKit as an email service provider because it's simple, affordable, and will scale with you. That's important. What I'll tell you is when you're building your email list, moving from one email service provider to another is kind of a pain because there's exporting, there's importing, there's a lot of things that has to be done. So ideally you want to find something that you can start with if you're just starting out, but will work for you for a long time. Just to give you a sense, we still use ConvertKit in my business, so it is a scalable option as long as you're not trying to do ultra complicated things with your email, and so that's why we love it. But it's also simple to use and very affordable. So another good thing about it, ConvertKit serves as your email service provider, but it also gives you the ability to create those opt-in landing pages. They have the ability to just create those in the system, so you don't have to get some different tech to do that. You can just create your pages there. For the meantime, we don't use that functionality because we create pages ourselves, but you have that ability when you sign up for ConvertKit. Now, if you want to try ConvertKit, there is a 14-day free trial, and one of their plans is actually free up to 1,000 subscribers. You can sign up and give it a try at bobbyklink.com/recommends/ConvertKit. Now, that is my affiliate link. If you sign up through that and ultimately you like it and you stick around with them, I will get a commission. But just so you know, we only recommend products that we love. And like I said, ConvertKit is the email service provider that I use as of the time of recording this. So we clearly think it's a good program. But if you don't want to use ConvertKit, that's great. Make sure you have some kind of email service provider in place so that you're ready to go. Now, once you have your tech in place, list building is about creating a great freebie and then a high converting opt-in page. Those are the two things that you're going to need to do so that people are like, yes, I want that freebie. I'm willing to give my email address for that. And there's a page, an opt-in page that says, whoo, that sells me on the value. I get why this is important. Yeah, I want it. So that's what you're going to need. And that's what we're going to be covering in modules 2 and 3. So in module 2, we're going to go into creating a great freebie. In module 3, we're going to be going into how to create a high converting opt-in page. So quick overview, quick summary. List building is about creating a great freebie that will attract your ideal clients and offering them that freebie if they join your list. That's the overall process. That's what you're going to do. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this course. Now, your call to action, if you don't have an email service yet, go set that up now because you're going to need an email service so that you can do all of these things. So you want to get that set up before you start the process. Now, in the next lesson, before we get to modules 2 and 3, you'll discover the single most important rule for list building. It's something I wanted to have as a standalone lesson because I think it's important. We're going to cover that in the next lesson.